Which is real? Which is fake? How do you know? And why does it matter? Hi, I'm David Daniels from Chick Publications. When I was a text manager in a college bookstore, a Secret Service agent came over to tell the difference between real and counterfeit. When they trained him, they put him in a room, he said, and he was surrounded by real dollar bills. They could rip it, they could tear it, they could taste it, they could burn it, they could feel it, they could crumple it up, they could wet it, they could look at it. And at the end of a number of hours, and with a little more instruction, they could tell a counterfeit. So, what is a counterfeit? Well, here's a simple definition. A counterfeit, a fake, is absolutely anything at all that is not 100% real. You start with a genuine article. So, what do you look for? You don't look for similarities. You look for differences. Because two items, one of these is counterfeit, could be 98% the same, but it's that 2% that proves it's a counterfeit. Well, it's the same way with Bibles. You want to start with the right one. How about the one that everybody seems to want to counterfeit or to change? The one. That's right. The King James Bible. Then you don't look for really big changes. You look for little ones. See, the King James Bible represents God's holy words, preserved through the ages, correctly translated into English, preserved for you and me, tested over 400 years. It's the same Bible. This is what God said. And then you don't look for the giant differences, as I said. See, this is a dead giveaway. Yes, that's really Joseph Smith Jr.'s name right there. Kirtland Bank, a $3 bill. Maybe that's where the saying comes from, huh? It's the same way with the Joseph Smith Bible. Big differences. A great dead giveaway is to go to Genesis 50. You should check it out yourself. In Genesis 50, in a real Bible, there's only 26 verses, but not in a Joseph Smith personally inspired version. There's 38, and boy, are those verses long, like in the Book of Mormon. Let me give you just a part of verse 33. That's where it says, "And his name shall be called Joseph, and it shall be after the name of his father, and he shall be like unto you, for the thing which the Lord shall bring forth by his hand shall bring my people unto salvation." He's predicting himself in his inspired version. And in verse 34, it predicts Moses by name, tells that he's going to lead his people like a flock, he's going to hold a rod in his hand, he's going to smite the waters of the Red Sea. I don't know what the mystery was to Moses in Exodus chapter 2, 3, and 4, because boy, right, it's all here in Genesis 50 in the inspired version. Then it mentions Aaron in verse 35, and come on, this is big differences. I'm talking little differences in a counterfeit. For instance, the King James 2. In the King James 2, let's go to 1 Corinthians 1:18. In a real Bible, in 1 Corinthians 1:18, it talks about the preaching of the cross but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. Us which are saved. We are saved. No ifs, ands, or buts. But in the King James 2, it says, but to us who are being saved, in the process of salvation. Little, but counterfeit. What about the New King James? Well, the New King James, in the same passage, 1 Corinthians 1:18 says, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. It says the exact same thing. In fact, it is the same changed meaning that you find in the various NIVs, the Bible in Basic English, the Common English Bible, the Complete Jewish Bible. Holman Christian Standard, English Revised Version, English Standard, God's Word, Idiomatic Translation, New American Bible, New American Standard, Net Bible, New Jerusalem, New Living, George Noyes, New Revised Standard, the Rotherham, everybody's reading, the RSV, Young's Literal, that's over 20, and who knows what the Voice Bible is trying to say. Listen for yourself. 1 Corinthians 1:18 in the Voice Bible. But for those of us who are already experiencing the reality of being rescued and made right, oh, come on. Us which are saved. It's so much easier. Or, saying it's not narrow, the way that leads to life, but in the New King James, it's difficult. Or, saying in Acts chapter 3, verse 26, not that Jesus is God's son, but rather God's servant, capital S, but still a servant. Once I accept a bill or a Bible, it becomes my responsibility. Because when I have a Bible, that's probably what I'm going to read, but not only that, I'm going to recommend it, I'm going to teach it, and probably going to give it away. As Jesus said in Matthew 12, verse 36, but I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. We need God's actual words in our language to know what it is God's holding us accountable for. Don't settle for a counterfeit. God bless you and have a wonderful day.